Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like this angle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Snake of the Week. Wait, something's missing. Thank you, that's what I'm talking about. We got the shades on, we got the mullet on. I mean, the visor, we always got the mullet on. Shut up! Listen, I was gonna do my Snake of the Week video at one of my friends' houses this week, but I didn't. I filmed other videos at my friends' houses that you'll see later. It's too much fun, they have too many snakes for me to choose just one. We will get there. During our live stream, we had a few requests for our newly named Wasabi to be our Snake of the Week, the Waglers Pit Viper. So that's our Snake of the Week today. Let's go ahead and get her out, take a good look at her. She just shed, she's looking beautiful. Snake time. Tropidolamus wagleri. Say that 3 times fast. I can't even say it 1 time slow. Check it. A beautiful shed from our beautiful young lady Wasabi. 2 pieces, not ideal, but better than 0 pieces. Wait, shut up, I don't know. Get out of here. The point is, she's looking beautiful. Now check her out. Our beautiful young lady. Wasabi, how you doing, mamacita? She looks absolutely stunning. Every shed, she gets more and more beautiful. That's the thing with these Waglers Vipers, they are sexually dimorphic. Does anyone know what that means? Comment down below. 5, 4, you can pause it. 3, 2, 1. Sexually dimorphic? Anyone? 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 Sexually dimorphic. That means you can tell the difference between a male and a female by looking at them, by their pattern, by their size, etc. I have a word there, etc. Female Waglers Pit Vipers, ooh, just like our beautiful Wasabi here, can push up to 3 feet. But for you Brits, actually not you Brits, you legit everyone else in the whole world, 1 meter. Okay, not a parking meter. 3 feet-ish, 1 meter. Male Waglers Pit Vipers stay very small, under 30 inches, or like 70, 75 centimeters, I think that is. Hey guys, the metric system's not dead. Obviously it's not dead, the whole world uses it, other than us. Pretty much entirely an arboreal species of snake. You can tell by the colors, by the way she sits on the hook, by her behavior. She's very comfortable in trees. She's got that prehensile tail, just like all arboreal snakes do. She's such a beautiful, beautiful snake. She looks way too good right now. Now, the females, they're gonna have these stripes, these black, these yellow, sometimes these red, like she has these stripes, whereas the males are typically more of a normal green looking snake. Still have pattern on them, but they're a little less exciting looking. Now, I know these beautiful snakes as the Waglers Pit Vipers. Some people call them temple vipers, temple pit vipers, bamboo snakes, speckled pit vipers. They have a lot of different names. Waglers Pit Vipers though, I just love them. She's got that beautiful, beautiful face. These pit vipers, obviously being arboreal, that means they live in the trees for almost their entire life. Heavily forested areas, but they live lower on the ground, anywhere from sea level, which is 0 feet of altitude, or of elevation, not altitude. I don't think altitude's a word. All the way up to about 1,300 feet, or like 300-400 meters. Pretty variable habitat in terms of elevation, but consistently forested. Oh, baby girl, chill with your little cute ass. What you doing over there? You're gonna have to forgive me, guys. I can't see if it's focused. I'm in here filming by myself. I know. I'm with a venomous snake by myself, not safe. Crawling towards that finger, she said, ooh, Pepe, you look yummy. I'm fixing to chomp down on that finger. We got another hook just in case. Don't worry, guys. I'm very careful. I'm always careful. You know that. Well, I'm always careful with venomous snakes, at least, not with everything in my life. Typically a very calm, lackadaisical snake. Being an arboreal ambush predator, they're not too keen on moving around. They like to sit and wait, but when something walks by them and they want to eat, bam! Just like other pit vipers, incredibly fast, accurate striking animal. Now, she does strike at me sometimes, but usually it's food related. When I get in there and she's hungry, like after she's shed, I haven't been feeding her. I haven't fed her for about 10 days because she's been in shed and I didn't want to bother her. Now that she's fresh out of shed, we're gonna be feeding her in our next episode here in the snake room. Wow, she's gonna be pumped up about that. Again, there's no such thing as a good beginner venomous snake, you guys. You should never start off with a venomous snake. However, these vipers are calm, slow moving, not too prone to bite. It's not a bad idea. They're a little more expensive than some of the easier ones. People often ask copperheads, what should I get? Copperhead, cottonmouth. Waglers might be my #1 choice for a variety of reasons. They're beautiful. You can get a whole bunch of different variations. You could have 3 Waglers vipers and they all look completely different, and someone who doesn't know snakes wouldn't know you have 3 of the same snake. Like I said, not too keen to bite. It's still a venomous snake. It's still an animal you have to be careful with, but she's a sweetheart. She's a real sweetheart. Just crawling around, just trying to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? She's just trying to find a comfortable perch for herself to chill, hang out, wait for prey. That's why we got her a lot of stuff to climb on in her cage. We're just trying to make our snakes happy here. Duff does nature stuff. Being an arboreal pit viper, they have a very similar diet to our last snake of the week, the Trimeris insularis, the Komodo Island pit viper. Small rodents, birds, lizards. That's almost all they eat. Get her over here. Over here. Here. Girl, get your ass away from my goddamn hand. Check that out. Look at her. You can see those big heat pits. Hopefully you can see, I don't know what you're looking at, but you can see those big heat pits on the front of her face. They look like nostrils, they're so big. They're not nostrils, those are heat pits. Predator vision. You ever seen the movie Alien vs. Predator? Or just Predator? Or Alien vs. Predator 2? Or Predator 2? That's how she look. She look at you, she say, oh, you're so warm, I will bite you on the head. It'll be nice. It can detect temperature differences with these heat pits, 5/1000ths of a degree. They can tell the difference. I think I'm saying that correctly. 0.0054. 5.54 thousandths of a degree difference. Listen, guys, you gotta work with me here. I'm doing my best to be educational here. Less than a tenth, less than 100th, 5/1000ths of a degree. 1/2 of a 100th of a degree. That's crazy to really think about the fact that this snake can tell the difference between, unfortunately, she really does only eat live. That's why we don't often feed her on the channel, because it's hard to get her a food item that's a temperature where she is like, yeah, I'm actually gonna eat that, because she has such incredible heat pits, such incredible thermal detection that I cannot fool her like some of my other snakes into thinking her meal is alive. Other snakes, they're like, oh, hell yeah, that's pretty warm, I'll eat that. Not this girl. She said, Pepe, buddy, I don't care about your YouTube. I want a live mouse. I want a live rat. And I said, girl, fine, I got you, shorty. I don't like feeding live, but I love when my snakes are happy. Like, oh! Chill, shorty, chill. You guys remember our fun vocab word from last year? Ovoviviparous? Another pause, comment down below. You have 5 seconds, pause it, tell me what it means. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You good? Ovoviviparous. You guys remember that word? Yeah? No? Maybe? We talked about it in our Snake of the Week episode last week. Live birth. I love snakes that give live birth. Anywhere from 12 to 15, all the way up to over 40 babies can come out of this beautiful snake at one time. Pretty incredible to think about. Coming into your snake room one day, your 2 Waglers vipers have been locked up a couple times, a couple months ago. You'd almost forgotten about it, and then all of a sudden, boy, you got 40 baby Waglers vipers, temple vipers. Incredible. Maybe someday, Duff. Maybe someday, buddy. Another reason that this is a pretty good beginner snake. They're still venomous. They're still a snake you need to be careful with. Very mild venom in terms of human contact. Very good at killing mice. Very good at killing birds. Very good at killing lizards. If you were to get tagged by this snake, now don't get me wrong, it's not anything to joke around with. It's still venomous. But this is not a deadly animal. Something would really have to go wrong for this to produce a fatal bite. And we love that. We absolutely love that. Because it allows me to get a little closer to this snake than I do with my other snakes, knowing that not only is she not super keen to bite, but she's also not a deadly creature. Man, oh man, are we lucky to have this beautiful young lady in our collection. The more she sheds, the bigger she gets. Her colors get more defined. She is so beautiful. Put her down for just 1 second so I can talk to you guys a bit about her venom without being so focused on the snake. I like to be able to look at you guys a little bit. You're just so pretty. I just love you guys, you know? I know I got the visor and I got the sunglasses, so you don't really never know where I'm looking, but I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Respiratory paralysis. Does not sound very fun. Lucky for us, their venom's not strong enough to create that within us. We're big, we're strong, we're humans. Mice, birds, and lizards, however, are not so lucky, and that is the way their prey items go. Respiratory paralysis. No, thank you. Another thing that's pretty interesting about their venom, when I was reading about them this morning, hey, I'm doing my research the day of these videos, by the way, guys. I don't want you guys to think, I do want you guys to think I'm smart. That's like the whole thing. But I'm not gonna sit here in front of you guys. I'm doing my research. This is like doing a school project, you know what I'm saying? They actually have a lot of, how am I supposed to say this? A lot of skin creams use the Waglers Viper venom in their anti-wrinkle cream. And there's not really much science behind why they do, but a lot of them do, which is a pretty interesting thing. You forget how many items they use have snake venom in them and how useful snake venom is. People are smart. I don't know how people figure this stuff out, you know what I mean? I don't even know how people figured out, like, you're supposed to milk a cow, let alone that you could take venom from a Waglers Viper and turn it into skin cream or a copperhead and cure cancer with it. Like, I'm just so thankful for smart people because then we don't have to do the smart people stuff. It's awesome. Isn't it awesome? Oh, it's awesome. So like I said earlier, very lackadaisical predators. In nature, they're known. In a cage, it's one thing to stay in one place for a couple days. You don't have much space. I know it's a big cage for a snake, but not a ton of places to go. It makes you guys feel better. When people are observing these snakes, studying these snakes, working with these snakes in nature, they can find a Waglers Viper on a branch, and if they leave it undisturbed, they know they'll go back the next day, still on the branch. The next day, still on the branch. The next day, one branch over. The day after that, still on the same branch. There's not a lot of reason for them to move. They have a slow metabolism, so when they get a meal and they eat that meal, they're chilling. They'll find themselves on a nice branch where they know there's gonna be a lizard, a rat, or a bird coming by soon. They nab it, they eat it, they can chill for a month. They can chill for however long they need to chill. Thicker bodied tree viper compared to some of our other tree vipers like our insularis or our squams. Very easy to identify these snakes also. Big triangle heads, classic viper head. Almost looks swollen, her head is so big. Now that's not just her. All Waglers Vipers look like that. It's pretty darn cool. They're usually not too high up in the trees. They prefer lower hanging vegetation. Whereas, some of our other tree vipers, they like to be up in the elevation, way up in the top of the trees. Waglers Vipers are typically lower in the branches, easier to find. One of the most common pit vipers to find in Southeast Asia where they're native to. Easy to find because they hang out in the low ground. They blend in a little bit, but they're such bright, beautiful snakes that if you know what you're looking for, it's like finding chameleons down here in South Florida. Once you know what you're looking for, you almost can't help but just keep finding them everywhere you go. I'm not speaking from experience. I've never been to Southeast Asia, but again, research, y'all. That's what I did this morning. That's what they told me. They said you can find them. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. Oh. So let's see here. What have we talked about? They're native to Southeast Asia, where a lot of the most beautiful snakes in the world are native to. Their prey, small birds, small rodents, lizards. Sexually dimorphic snakes. You can tell the females and the males apart with your own eyeballs, which is very, very cool. Females are gonna be bigger, thicker, a little darker. Males are gonna be smaller, more on the green side, a little thinner, but they both have those big old heads on them. The classic Waglers Viper, pit viper, triangular head. Slow moving snakes. Lackadaisical snakes. Not a bad beginner venomous snake. A little more on the expensive side, so I get it. They're a piece of artwork that you just happen to be able to interact with. Now I try not to bother her too much. She's a lackadaisical snake. She doesn't want to move, so I do my best to leave her be. I just get in there to clean, I get in there to film with her, and I get in there to feed her. And I leave her be. There's no need to bother your snakes, especially these venomous snakes. It's kind of a ass backwards because one of the coolest parts about having snakes is holding them and interacting with them and working with them. And that is still true with the venomous snakes, but certain species, it's better to just kind of let them do their thing, look at them, be thankful you own them, be thankful you get to work with them, but you don't want to bother them too much, you know what I mean? Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Those are the main areas where you're gonna find these snakes. A lot of places on that list that I would love to go to, but again, we got plenty of time to travel. For now, it's just Snake of the Week with you and me. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, young lady? Did we get a full video in? I'd say we did. Now, why are you looking at me like that? What are you so grumpy for, beautiful? I just want to love you with all my heart and take care of you is all I want to do. And you're all essed up at me trying to bite me. So we're going to put her back. Now I'm going to say my goodbyes to you. Going to keep taking care of my snake room. And we're going to have a lovely, lovely day. There she goes. Our beautiful Waglers pit viper, enjoying this lovely cage gifted to us from Will Mays. What a guy he is. What a guy he is. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's it for her. As for you beautiful people, thank you again for spending your time with me. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're ready for this weekend. I know I am. Now, I don't work a 9 to 5, so I'm kind of always living on the weekend. But there's still something special about that weekend feeling. And I know you're just as ready for it as I am. I don't have anything super motivational for you today. Don't want to cringe anyone out. You know, we'll do it every other episode. But I'll leave you with one thing. If you have the option to be like the oak tree or the willow tree, don't be the oak tree that breaks under stress. Be the willow tree that's willing to bend and change. I think I butchered that, but I heard that the other day and I really liked it. Change can be scary. Change can be intimidating. Doing new things is not always fun, and it's oftentimes very intimidating. But it's one of the most important things for us as people to grow, for us to become better, for us to become better versions of ourselves. You must be willing to change. You must be willing to do new things. Okay? Alrighty. Don't be afraid to be your best self. I love you all very much. I would not be here without you. 25 hours in the Glades is coming soon. I didn't forget. It's been too darn cold. I ain't doing it in the cold. I love you, but it's not going to be a fun video if I'm just out there shivering. We want to catch critters. We want to eat fish. We want to really live that Glades night, that Glades day. We want to really experience the Everglades. Stay with me. I'm beyond thankful for every single one of you. We'll be going live on Sunday, 4 p.m. Don't miss it. Until next time, you beautiful human beings. Thank you for being yourself. Thank you for being here. And I will see you soon.